welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we have a really exciting and fun video. I'm going to give you a walkthrough of my physical TBR, which is all in this bookcase behind me. So these are all the books that I haven't read yet that I am wanting to read. I understand that this is possibly a little bit overboard, but I have a lot of books and I've recently just been accidentally buying a lot, so we've ended up with this. But I have them cutely displayed in colour and I love this bookcase. It's my favourite one ever, so let's get into it. Okay, so we start up the top with my yellow slash gold slash going into orange books. We have The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. This is like a Groundhog Day trope set on Valentine's Day. Then we have This Has Been Absolutely Lovely by Jessica Detman. I have no idea what that book's about, but that will be interesting. Then we have The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, which is like a girls in STEM sort of, I think it's fake dating romance. Then we have Twisted Games and Twisted Hate from the Twisted series by Anna Huang. Then we have Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. I've heard that this book is very emotional and sad, so we'll see how I go with that one. Also, please ignore all of this dust. We are renovating at the moment, so every time we sawdust or sand anything, the whole bookcase gets covered in dust. So let's just pretend that that's not there. Then the last book in this cubicle is Invisible Summers by Alice Adams. Before we left, we lived in a really small town and there was a cute little bookshop there, and I got this one sort of as a memento for that town. So that one is a really cute special book for me. Then we go into my red slash more orange books over here. And we've got Killjoy, which is the prequel to the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. Then we've got Loathe to Love You by Ali Hazelwood, which I'm pretty sure there's 3 short stories in here, all set in STEM, all set in like a STEM setting. We've got Under One Roof, Stuck With You, and Below Zero. Then we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. That is the first book in the series, or the first full book in the series for that one. Then we have the second book in that series, Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Then we have a couple of the Addicted series novel, Some Kind of Perfect. I'm pretty sure that is the last book of this series. It is an extended epilogue. Then we've got the first book, Addicted to You. And then I think it's like the third book, Addicted for Now. And I'm very annoyed about this series because I bought most of them in Big W, but Big W didn't have the whole series, so I ordered some online. And as you can see, I didn't check the size and the different sizes. So that is really fun and fresh. Then we have A Little Life by Hanya something. This book is a very emotional novel with a lot of trigger warnings in it. And I'm just waiting for the time to read that. And it's a very big book as well, so I'm not sure about that one. This next book, The Truth of Different Skies by Kate Ling. I bought this one in an op shop like years and years ago, and I didn't realize it was part of a series. I think it's the first book of the series or the third book, I'm not sure. And I don't have the other 2 books because they're very expensive ones, so I'm honestly probably not going to read that one for a while. Then we have the first and the 4th book in the If Love series by Anna Huang. I'm a bit annoyed about these 2 because I don't have a brown section of E, and oh my goodness, that sounded gross. I don't have a brown book section, so I put it here thinking it's like the closest one, and then this one is like super dark purple, so it didn't quite fit in with my purple section. But actually I might move this one. I'm moving it to my purple section, don't mind me. Here we go, there we go. That one's moved. We'll come back to that one later. So that's the last book in the If Love series. Now we go down to my pink section with A Thousand Blue Kisses by Tilly Cole. That is a YA childhood friends to lovers romance book. And it is apparently very emotional as well. Then we've got My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh or something like that. Which is about this girl who lives in Upper East Manhattan, and she is depressed, so she gets put into a voluntary coma for a year, and it's all about her internal monologue pretty much. You'll Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I'm not really sure what that's about, but I assume it's two people on vacation who fall in love. It is one of the controversial Emily Henry books where not a lot of people like it, so we'll see how we go with that one. Then we have Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. It is another Girl in STEM book. Then we have This Time It's Real by Ali Liang. I think that's what it is. That is a YA romance as well, and I'm actually very excited to read that one. I think it's going to be very cute. Then we've got Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, which comes in a series with another book we'll see further on. This is the second book in the Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Sugor series. It is a small town romance. This one follows the police chief in the town, where a lot of people don't follow the rules, so that will be interesting. Then we have To Love Jason Thorne by Ella Mace. I've heard some differing opinions about it, so that will be interesting to see if I like it or hate it. Then we have Last Time We Met by Emily Houghton. I've had this one for a while and I haven't heard a lot about it, so we'll see what that book is about when we get to it. Then we have It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and It Starts With Us over here. I'm very annoyed that they're different sizes, but we'll deal with that. This one is this love story, and then this one is like, it's not an epilogue, but it's from the guy's point of view, and it pretty much just gives you his perspective of the story. Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. I don't know what that's about, but it's just a romance book. Then we've got Beach Read and Happy Place by Emily Henry. I am very, very excited to read both of these books. I've heard amazing things about both of them, and I just know that I'm going to love them. I'm not sure if you have that happen where you just know that you're going to love a book. So I've had them on my TBR for a while because I'm just waiting until I'm perfectly in the mood for them so that I don't waste the books that I know I'm going to love. So those two are there. We'll see when I get to them. I'm half thinking of making like a reading Emily Henry books for a week and seeing what I think about them. I've got 3 I think I haven't read yet. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's go to my green cubicle. Green, we have Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. I also really want to get Normal People because I've heard really good things about it. So that one might be added to my physical TBR as well at some point, but I am on a book buying ban at the moment, so not for a while. But yes, that one is there. It's a literary fiction. I think it goes into sort of controversial topics about like depression, anxiety, that sort of stuff. But it's written in a bit of a different way. So I'm sort of waiting till I'm in the mood for that one. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It's literary fiction as well with hints of romance, but that's pretty much all I know about it. Hook, Line and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. It is the second book in a small town romance series. Then we have Always Only You, which is the second book in this series by Chloe Leese. I've only got book 1 and book 2 of that so far, and there's 6 in that series, so I'm not going to start that till I've got all of the books in the series, which is one of my toxic traits where I literally cannot read a series unless I've got all of the books. And if I'm going to buy the books, I have to buy all of the books at once. So that's awkward. But yes, that is the first book in that same series, Only When It's Us. I'm pretty sure those are all sports romances, so that'll be fun and fresh. Then we have these 2 books, Final Offer and Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Those are the second and third 2 books in the Dreamland Billionaires series. I'm reading the first one at the moment, so those are going to be my next 2 reads. Then we have the third book, If Love Had a Price, in the If Love series by Anna Huang. Pack Up the Moon by Kristen Higgins. This one is a really sad book as well, so got to be in the mood for a sad book. The last book in the Twisted series, Twisted Lies, and then Hot House Flower, which is in the Addicted series. Then we go down to my blue cubicle. The first book I have is Critique of Pure Reason by Immanuel Kant. That one is going to be when I'm in the mood for a philosophical non-fiction novel, which is not very often, so it might be there for a while. Then we have It Happened One Summer, which is the first book in the Small Town series linked with Hook, Line and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. So that's the first book, and I'm pretty sure those are highly smut-filled books, so and I'm not that into smut, so we'll see if I feel like those soon or not. Then we have Without Further Ado by Jessica Detman. Not really sure what that book's about, but it just looked really intriguing to me, and the cover looked really beautiful, so we'll see. Then we have the second book in the If Love series, If the Sun Never Sets by Anna Huang. And those are the other two, Fuel the Fire and Kiss the Sky, which are both from the Addicted series. I'm not really sure what order they're in because there's so many books and I have no idea, but we'll figure that out when we start reading that series. Then we have the first book in the Twisted series, Twisted Love. Then we have the first book in the this series. I'm not sure what that series is called, but it's Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. It's a small town romance, and it is the first book before that one. Then we have the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Holton. That is a trilogy, but I think they're standalone trilogy. Like it's a, what's the word? For books that you can read standalone, but they are also part of an extended series, but they don't really link together. That's what that is. Then we have Lukov with Love, which is a slow burn romance by Mariana Zapata. I haven't read any of her books before, but I've heard so many people either love them or hate them, and they're meant to be super, super slow burn, and I froth over its slow burn, so that will be exciting. I'm in my candle. Then we have Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. A lot of people love this book, so I'm very excited for that one. It's about a girl who moves to this town, and there's this boy there who doesn't talk to her, and she thinks that he's rude, only to find out that he's actually deaf and can't really speak very well. So she speaks to him through sign language, and their love story develops from there. Then we have Aging Well with Meaning and Contentment by Frances McNabb. That's going to be another one when I'm in the mood for a non-fiction novel, and it's pretty small, so it's going to be a good one. Then we've got The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. I'm pretty excited for that one. I've seen a couple of people read it, but I haven't heard that many reviews, so it's going to be interesting what I think. Then we're on to my purple shelf. We've got If We Ever Meet Again, which is the first book in the If Love series. Then we've got Long Way Down, which is one of the novels in the Addicted series. Then we've got The Secret Service of Tea and Treason, which is one of the other books in this series by India Holton. Then we have Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey, which I've heard a lot of good things about, and it comes along with The Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. Then we have To Hate Adam Connor by Ella Mace, which is linked to this one, To Love Jason Thorne. Then we have Ricochet, which is another one in the Addicted Calloway Sister series. Icebreaker, which is a hockey ice skating romance. I've heard a lot of good things about that one, so I'm excited for that. A Secret Garden Affair. Don't really know what that's about, but sounds interesting. West Side Honey by Claire Christian. Same with that one. I have no idea, but sounds good. Danielle Steele, The Wedding Planner. Honestly, I got that one because the cover is pretty and it's really cute. So we'll see what that one's about. Then we go down to my dark/black books, which I've got To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. This is a classic, and I've had it on my shelf for so long, and I've just never fully been in the mood to read it. One of my friends in high school highly recommends this book, and it's one of her favorite books of all time, so I really want to read it. And obviously it's a classic, so I feel like I need to read that, but I've got to be in the mood for it, so I'll see when that strikes. Then we have As Good as Dead, which is the last book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. So we'll get to that one when we start that series. Then we have the last book in the books that go along with this one and this one, which is the League of Gentlewomen Witches. Then we of course have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I'm thinking I'm going to save this one for when the sequel comes out, which is called Iron Flame. I have pre-ordered it and it's coming out, I think it's in November, and then I think I'll read them both together. Then we have the Throne of Glass series. These are the last ones on my physical TBR, and I'm very nervous about starting this series because it's huge, but this is by Sarah J Maas, the author of ACOTAR, and that is one of my favorite book series ever written. So I'm very excited to start it, but also a little bit intimidated. So we'll see how that one goes. And that is all of my physical TBR books that is what we've got. My favorite books are my Pebble books. Oh, I love them so much. Anyway. Okay, so now that we've gone through all of the books on my physical TBR, I'm going to count them up and see how many we have. Here we go. Alright, starting at the top, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. So there we have it. We have 80 books on my physical TBR. That is way more than I actually thought I had, so that's all good. But that is all for today's video. I hope you have a lovely day. Catch you later.